everybody, it's Dusti Martin with the Martin Group at Platinum Living Realty, dropping in to give you your monthly market update for the towns of Cave Creek and Carefree. If you're wondering what's going on in the market, buckle up, hit the subscribe button because we're going to get right back into it. All right, our active listings are up 225% over this time last year. Should come as a shock to no one at this point. This has been happening for about 6-8 months now. Our sold listings, though, are still only down about 47.4% over this time last year. So our median sale price per square foot, though, is up 1.3%. That is what we would normally consider normal appreciation. So congratulations, Cave Creek and Carefree. You're one of the only towns that I saw be normal last month. So good for you. Our months of supply, though, is up 517% over this time last year, currently sitting at 6.5 months of supply. That is trending towards a buyer's market. However, keep in mind, 6 months of supply is an even stable market, and we've got a long ways to go to the 8 months of inventory bracket before we get anywhere near a buyer's market. However, if you are a seller, that doesn't mean that you're going to be getting a lot of list per sale price ratio offers, assuming that the home is priced appropriately. However, so many people are overpricing their homes. I'm seeing some areas of the valley where the average sale price is only 91 or 93% of sale price, but that's indicative of sellers way overpricing their homes based on where the market is now. And so if you're pricing for right now and you're marketing for right now, you should be okay. However, it's still probably going to take you about 6 months to sell. The good news is our median days on market is not up as much as it was. Our median days on market is currently sitting at 61 days. In a normal, even stable market, we would be at 90 days average days on market. And so when you look at that, that's still telling us with about 30 days with the home on the market and another 30 days or 31 days to close, all things considered, if you can get out of your home in 2 or 3 months, that's pretty close to normal, but it's not bad. I know it sounds like a big number compared to what we've seen the last 3 or 4 years. However, keep in mind, once 2020 rolled around, it was basically all hands on deck, hold my beer, let's see how crazy we can get. And it feels weird and maybe even a little scary for some people to be moving out of that territory, especially maybe when 8-10 months ago, somebody was saying, I can get you $100,000 over ask. Well, things have changed. And as we are waiting actually today, as of this recording on February 2nd, for the feds to release what they've decided to do with interest rates, we're praying for only 1/4 point. So if you think about that, yeah, it's scary. And I know there's a lot of gloom and doom on the news and on YouTube and other places that are saying, oh my gosh, the sky is falling. We're going to see these huge corrections. Well, does going back to normal sanity, is that a cause for concern? No, not unless you were placing all your hopes and dreams in one basket that was going to be unrealistic and that the crazy seller's market we had the last 2 or 3 years was going to continue indefinitely. That's just not realistic. So it happened. It was a thing. It was great for some, not great for others, but here we are now. All good things must end, right? All right, so let's come to our months of supply by price point. This is super important. If you're looking to buy in a certain price point, you got to know, like, do you need to hardball or do you need to come to the table with all your chips and just lay it all on the table and figure out what you're doing? But at the same time, if you're looking to sell, you need to know these numbers in your particular price range based on how aggressive you should be in your negotiation and in your pricing strategy, right? If it's a huge seller's market in your price range, you don't want to be pricing like it's a buyer's market. Catch my drift? All right. So we're going to skip all the way down to the $300,000 to $500,000 price range. This is essentially the entry level now for Cave Creek and Carefree. And we're currently sitting at 1.33 months of supply. That is a crazy hot seller's market for Cave Creek and Carefree. So if you own one of those homes, like in Tatum Ranch or somewhere else, one of those starter homes between $300,000 and $500,000, or even one of those condos in Cave Creek or Carefree that fall in that price range, that is a great place to be. Our $500,000 to $700,000 price range is currently sitting at 3.4 months of supply. Anything less than 4 months is a seller's market. However, you're not going to see the multiple offers. You're not going to see buyers waiving appraisals and repairs and stuff like that. You're going to see like one or two very good offers within 97, 98% of list price. Then when we get down to the $700,000 to $1 million price range, things are about the same at 3.6 months of supply, a little closer to that 4-month mark. Again, it's going to be very similar. One or two good solid offers within about 90 days, and you're not going to be seeing bidding wars, stuff like that, unless you've really priced it to be super competitive. Now we're going to drop to the $1 to $3 million price range. Warning, this trigger warning, you might need to sit down for this if you own a home that you think is between $1 million and $3 million. You're at 13.29 months of supply. That is not only a buyer's market, that is over a year's worth of inventory that you are trying to compete with right now. So keep that in mind. This time of year is when we start to see our buyers kind of come out of the woodwork, and we're seeing a lot of that now. And we're only going to see a small increase probably in February closings, but then March, it'll be off to the races, because that's usually like those closings have gone under contract at the end of January and throughout this month, February. So look for next month to be super busy. If you're thinking of selling, I would call me right now if I were you to get your home on the market in the next couple weeks, because in a few weeks, when the Super Bowl's over and all of the big car guys that were here for Barrett-Jackson, all the other large events that are going to be here in the Valley or have been here in the Valley, they're getting ready to leave, and they're going to have things wrapped up by March, probably I'd say tax day, April 15th. So if your home's not on the market, you're probably going to miss the biggest window of opportunity you have this year to sell your home. Then we're going to get to the $3 million price range and over. This price range doesn't have any data, but what I can tell you is that we have more inventory in that price range in Cave Creek and Carefree than we did last year. Last year, we had 10 listings at that price point. This year, we have 15. Last year, however, out of 10 of those listings, one of them did sell. So we had an even 10 months of inventory, which might shock some people. And if you've been watching this channel, you know 8 months or more is a buyer's market. So if you're thinking, well, 10 months, there's no way we had 10 months of inventory last year. Yes, we did. This price point is highly, highly, highly volatile in Cave Creek and Carefree. So you really have to almost always bring your A game when it comes to listing a high-end property in Cave Creek and Carefree over $3 million. And when I say that, I mean, it better be the prettiest girl in the block. It better have the prettiest price. And that seller better be willing to wheel and deal and negotiate, because sometimes we'll have a lot of buyers and they'll all come in at once for like a big event like the Super Bowl. Other times we will have stagnation for a few months. This is not a typical buyer in our area, nor is it a typical listing. So keep that in mind. If you're wondering what your home would sell for in today's market, or if you're wondering what it would look like for you to be purchasing in Cave Creek or Carefree right now, go ahead and give me a call at 480-717-9405 or visit my website at dustimartinrealtor.com.